loves me, feel so numb by me, by me, by me, by me, by me, by me.
What's up, beauties? It's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally giving you guys an updated brow tutorial. You guys have been asking for this for quite some time. I think since the Fenty video, maybe before that. But I'm just now getting around to it, so I'm so sorry. But we are here and our brows have nothing on them. I am going to give you guys a step-by-step walkthrough of how I get this to look a little bit better because we're looking real sparse. So if you guys want to know how to transform your brows so they're not looking as sparse, you know, you guys told me use Jamaican castor oil. Was that what it was? I haven't used it yet, but I'll get on. I'm terrible. All right, girls, step one. I like to use these little, what are they? Pro Brow Trim and Shape razors from Ardell. You can just pick these up from Target. I think they're like $3 maybe. You get a pack of 3. I had to take the purple one out because I had a stash and it had to go. So we got that. But I'm just gonna grab a new one just for the sake of the brows, and I'm going to scoot up a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see this better. So just like you, I definitely get those stray hairs under my brow and on top. So before I shave them, I do just like to brush out the brows so I can really see where those stray pieces are, what needs to go. For the sake of this video and you seeing the before and after, I'm actually just going to do this brow on camera so you guys can see it with a little step by step. And my brows actually do start here. They're just so sparse that it looks like they start right about here, and I want this look to come in right here. Another thing really quick, you guys have been asking a lot about these contacts, which are from the TTDI brand. These are in the color caramel. I do have them prescribed -6.5 because your girl cannot see. But yes, I will have the link in the description box below. They're super comfortable. I love the color. They don't look too crazy and fake, which I love. Again, this is caramel, so I'll have it linked below if you want to check it out. I do have a 10% off discount code if you want to get you some lenses. The one thing about them, they do take a little while to ship. You probably won't get them within the same week you order them. They do take quite a bit of time, but the lenses themselves are beautiful, comfortable, look good. They don't move around in my eyes, which I love. But you guys came for the brows. Okay, I brought the camera in closer. Hopefully the zoom will help you see better. I know I got under eye creases, girl. We did not set this properly, but to the brows, I like to lift right here first, and I just take the razor to gently get the stray hairs off the top. I used to get my brows what's called threaded at the Gallery of Dallas and I actually really loved how they came out, but I started getting these tiny little bumps above my eyebrows, so I was like, maybe we should stop. But I really did like how the threading came out. I only trusted that man who works at the Galleria, so haven't found a new brow threader. So instead I just like doing this because in my opinion it lasts a little bit longer, but again, that might be different for everybody. Also, as you can see, I do have this really sharp piece right here, which is it could be a good or bad thing if you do want a very defined arch. I don't really like a super defined arch, so I am going to trim that down a little bit too, just a little bit, so you can see it's got more of a curve and less of a point. So see how that brow is just like zoom, and this one's like ooh. We like the ooh, not the zoom, you know? All right, so once we've got all the stray hairs at the top, we are gonna move, down to the bottom of the brow. And I like to use the razor this way to get these hairs. Sometimes it can hurt a little bit, but you know, beauty is pain. If you like these little stragglies, you do not need to do this stuff at all. I just think it makes for a cleaner brow, especially when you are using makeup. Now, they do have the stencils that you can use. A lot of people will use like a white liner type thing to kind of draw the stencil on the brow and then kind of go from there so they know where they want to pluck or razor or whatever. I personally don't use those. I just kind of follow what my natural brow's already looking like. It's getting hot in here. Okay, you want that bottom line to be as even as possible. Don't rush with this, you know? You do want your brows to look clean and defined. Take your time, don't rush. Alright, so that is good to my liking. I also like to take this to get this inner part. Sorry if the lighting is kind of playing with me. But just to get that inner unibrow section, you see those little hairs coming off? Yeah, girl, you had a unibrow. So just with the razor alone, you can already see the difference between this brow and that one. This one obviously looks a lot cleaner. So next, let's fill in the brow. I am using my Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil, which I'm sure you guys have all seen before. We've got a spoolie on one side, if it wants to focus, maybe not. There we go, girl. Spoolie on this side, and then we've got the actual pencil It's new. Hold up. Okay, there we go. And then we've got the pencil on this side. I am going to start maybe here. This is where I'm going to make my first mark. We're not going to start straight in the middle. I just don't like how harsh it's going to look. Sometimes I'm a little more heavy-handed than I think I am. So to get like the flow of it going, I am going to start a little bit inside, starting from the bottom of the brow and just making upward strokes throughout it. Once I get that soft, gentle hand, we will move into the center area. So just starting here and doing upward strokes, we are going to fill in the brow. And just like we were doing with the razor, take your time with this. Do not rush because you do want a gentle, soft brow. I fill in the top really gently and over by the arch. Then kind of going backwards from here to the front, just to have as light of a center as we can to make it look more natural. Precision is everything. So once again, take your time. You guys can already see the difference, how full and gentle this one looks and how gentle and crazy this one looks. This light is really playing me, but y'all see that? Yes, girl. All right, so that is all filled in and you can see how good that look. Look at before. Yes, okay. So next I am going to take a brow powder. You definitely do not have to do this, especially if you want more of a natural looking brow that looks like you just rolled out of bed looking fly as hell. But I do like using a little bit of powder sometimes. So this is just from YOUNGBLOOD. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of them. They are a fairly newer brand. So I'm taking the dark powder in the center first and I'm just dabbing a little tiny eensy amount here on the is that a thing? Here on this angled brush, and I'm just using this not in the center part at all. This is more in this area. We don't want it anywhere up in there. So using super light strokes, I am pressing this powder into any of the sparse areas throughout the longer end of the brow because girl, listen, it's 2019. We're all about the full brow, okay? Sparse hairs where? Right there, that's where, and we don't, over here. So just press that powder in like so. I bring that into the tail of the brow. Another thing about the tail of the brow, a lot of people I see, they like to drag it to about here, which if you really like that super extended brow, go ahead. But in my opinion, it kind of looks like that meme of the dog with the makeup. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That white dog with the eyebrows. Like, that's what it looks like. So, where the outer part of your eyeball stops, if you were to bring that up at a diagonal, that's where the tail of your brow should stop if you want it to look natural, okay? Now, I am going to take this, like, creamy gel finish that's also in the same palette. I'm going to put this on top of the brows to kind of set it in, lock it down. It's kind of like hairspray for your brows, basically, because I do have, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's, like, 3 hairs that just stick straight out. They don't lay down. So let's lay them down with this product. I do have a lot on my brush right now. And this is just another angled brush. This is the Sigma Small Angle E65 brush, in case y'all were wondering. And I use that to lay those down. I also do like using this towards the front of the brow to kind of brush those hairs up. So we're looking fierce and fresh and whatever. Look at that. Do y'all? I feel like the light is playing me again, but there it is. Yes, girl, that is a brow. That is a brow. So the very last step for brows is the whole concealer situation. For me, when I'm blending it, once I've got my brows done, I don't like to touch them at all. I don't like my foundation brush touching them at all. So I do like using a concealer that is very close to my foundation shade. So I like using this little guy right here. This is my Fenty Matchstick in Latte. This one's almost run out. My other one is in Lee's car. I left my whole makeup bag in there, but I did have backup. For this one, I'll just take a little bit on my brush here, and then we will kind of carve out the brows. For this part, if you don't get those sparse hairs, the very first step I did with the little razor, you'll still see it through the concealer. So I think using that razor to get them first is really beneficial because it'll look a lot cleaner under your brow. I'm just going to bring it down here so you can see it's really close to like my skin tone. So it's not going to be a crazy light concealer under my brows, but it'll make a very good subtle difference. So just go ahead and clean that up. So that is all cleaned up. As you can see, I'm just going to use my finger to blend this out. I'm not doing any eyeshadow right now, but if I were, I'd blend that out and then start the eyeshadows and stuff like that. But for the sake of this video, and it's really just about the brows, just blend that in. And then you do want to get the top as well if you want to. I like doing it a lot of times right in this area. It will look kind of greasy or shiny for a lot of people, so use a mattifying primer first, especially right here, and that'll solve your problem. If you do happen to get a little concealer in the brow or in the arch, just go back in with your pencil and you can touch that up. Just gonna blend that up and we are done. So that is how I create a natural brow that is not my real brow, but looks better. It's like your brow but better. I always say that about stuff. That's how you get the best natural looking thing. Whatever you got, but make it a little better without going over the top. So that is the completed brow. You can see the after. That's the before. Girl, woo! Yes, okay. Brows look really natural in my opinion, so I hope this helped you. I know you guys have been wanting this video forever and a day, and I hope that helps you for achieving a natural full brow. Contact details are in the description box below, along with the links of the products I use. I only use like 3-4 products, so you can get a look like this too. Not a lot of products to achieve a really good natural full brow. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to join the family. Click that subscribe button, click the bell notification so you know when I upload, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye y'all.